This demolition business is struggling under the weight of a 12th interest rate hike.
This has been the worst I've ever seen it, and I've been in it nearly 15 years now, so this is by far the worst.
Business is being smashed as homeowners cancel renovation and rebuild plans because they can no longer afford them.
Every interest rate, I swear we get less quotes every month. So if it goes up again, we know that it's going to be quieter in the residential space.
The RBA Governor concedes the hikes are hurting, but says they're necessary.
Its effects are felt unevenly across the community, and rising interest rates are causing significant financial pressures for some households. But this unevenness is not a reason to avoid using the tool that we have. In making this decision,
4 percentage points of interest rate rises since May last year is all aimed at bringing down inflation, slowing the economy and avoiding a recession. But with every hike, that's getting more difficult.
I think it is still possible to navigate this path, and it's certainly our ambition to do exactly that. But it's a narrow path, and it's likely to be a bumpy one.
The economy slowed more than expected in the March quarter, growing by just 0.2% and 2.3% for the year. Without population growth, GDP actually shrank, and what we produced per hour fell. Household spending was the weakest it's been since COVID lockdowns, with spending on luxuries falling 1%. And housing savings slumped to 3.7% of income. That's the lowest in 15 years.
The impact of higher interest rates, as well as these cost of living pressures more broadly, are squeezing household budgets and weighing on economic growth in the economy.
In a further sign times are getting tougher, lenders are encouraging customers to ask for help.
Hearing some of the conversations in the last 24 hours, if customers are needing help, call us early.
The bank bosses are starting to see an uptick in the number of borrowers behind on their mortgage repayments.
Please contact your bank, because your bank is there to help you. We are about keeping people in their houses, not kicking people out of their houses.
As households continue to cut back spending where they can, the economy will slow even further, and that will make the Reserve Bank's task even trickier if it wants to avoid a recession. But it remains determined to keep lifting interest rates, arguing the cost of not killing inflation would be even greater.
The inevitable result of this would be even higher interest rates, and at some point a larger increase in unemployment to get rid of the ingrained inflation.
As many economists predict at least one more rate hike, Philip Lowe remains focused on
Upside surprises on inflation, upside surprises on wages, upside surprises on housing prices, upside surprises on inflation overseas.
With more pain ahead, Moira's pivoting her business beyond residential.
We need to pull up our socks and get into that commercial sector and do as much as we can and try and get in there somehow.
Looking for growth opportunities under every stone.